We've got a call to arms, gang. It is time to go contact your senators and Congress to bring these anti-Amazon, anti-tech monopoly bills to a vote. We've got Senator Klobuchar on the verge of getting enough support inside of Congress, both within the Senate, and then there's another bill in the House to bring this bill called the American Innovation and Choice Online Act. In our prior episodes, we've talked about over $100 million in big tech lobbying money being spent to go against this very bill, and another bill which would help rein in big tech. This bill, if we just read it off the top, this bill prohibits certain large online platforms from engaging in specified acts, including giving preference to their own products on the platform, unfairly limiting the availability on the platform of competing products from another business, or discriminating in the application or enforcement of the platform's terms of service among similarly situated users. Basically, all it's saying is, if you are a platform where your business is predicated upon creating value by facilitating exchange from third parties, you, as the platform monopoly, cannot give an unfair advantage to your own products. And you can't pick and choose winners. You got to have a common set of rules, and everyone can play by the same rules. But you got to stop playing favorites. And this is limited to just go after the tech monopolies. So Amazon, Google, Apple, Microsoft. It's a phenomenal bill. It's one of the 5 things that came out of the House Judiciary Committee over 2 years ago in the summer of 2020. We live streamed that session. And now 2+ years later, it's finally come to the point where we're at the brink. Is this going to be brought to the floor to vote on or not? So I give credit to the NAW, the National Association of Wholesale Distributors. They have been on the charge this whole way for now years, helping to really bring this topic front and center. And they've got a great part of their website here, which is how to take action. What can you do? Contact your senators to support the bipartisan Amazon bill. This obviously will hurt Amazon, but it'll also hurt other tech monopolies as well. Even better, right? This is the legislation they're talking about, S.2992. That's the thing I was just showing you, this S.2992, the American Innovation and Choice Online Act. And basically, they can give you a message here, right? Email this message. They give you some text here. Put in your information, and actually, they will just send it out for you. I implore you to go do this. Contact your senator. Contact your congressman or woman. Contact your representatives to bring this bill forward. It's vitally important. Now let's go to the other side. Let's look at Amazon has their own little website about why this would be really, really bad. Congress is considering legislation that jeopardizes 2 of the things American consumers love most about Amazon: the vast selection and low prices made possible by opening our store to third-party selling partners, and the promise of fast, free shipping through Amazon Prime. It honestly has nothing to do, like what they're talking about has nothing to do with what I just read you the bill, or the highlight of the bill, saying, hey, Amazon, you can't favor your own products and disadvantage your third parties at their expense to favor your own products and services. Amazon saying, well, this is going to limit the vast selection and low prices made possible by opening our store to third-party selling partners. Huh? No, the whole point is that you're screwing your third-party selling partners, Amazon, to advantage yourself over them and cram them down. And then they say, oh, well, and we're only targeting a handful of American companies, Amazon, Apple, Facebook, Google, and Microsoft, which have very different business models, says Amazon. Well, funny you should say that, because I kind of wrote a book about this whole thing, and you actually all have the same business model. It's called the platform business model. And the unique thing about the platform business model is that you create value by enabling exchange. Every platform business, dating back to Microsoft in the 90s, has gotten in trouble for this very same thing that you're doing, Amazon, which is when you prioritize your own products over what made you successful, which is third parties. What made you successful, Amazon, and you talk about it on your own page, is that you now have over 60% of the products on your website from third-party sellers. Then why would you try to screw your third-party sellers? Well, that doesn't make any sense, right? Because that's your business model. You enable exchange. The third-party sellers, they come to you to sell to your customers. Why would you cram down third-party sellers on your search listings and force them to buy ads to stay relevant? Why would you take the information from the third-party sellers on what's selling the best and just literally copy their products and make your own through Amazon Basics? Why would you force your third-party sellers who aren't the manufacturer to give you their purchase order of who they're buying these products from because you say you want to verify that the products are genuine or authentic? Meanwhile, you have half of your products coming from Chinese factories, which are probably half fake. But no, you still get the purchase orders from your third-party sellers, and then you just end around them and source directly from the manufacturers and cut out the third-party sellers and distributors entirely, right? Why would you do all of those things and so many other things? If you truly, really cared about this point, which is vast selection and low prices made possible by third-party selling partners. That's right, because you're a monopoly. And when you are a monopoly, you can take advantage of who? You can take advantage of not the consumer. When you are a platform monopoly, you take advantage of the producer. You take advantage of third-party sellers as Amazon. You take advantage of third-party websites as Google Search. You take advantage of third-party content creators as YouTube, as Twitch, as the Apple App Store, Google Android Store, Facebook and Instagram. You take advantage of the very thing that made you successful. And that is why this legislation is so important. And actually, if you look around the world, the rest of the world has figured this out long before the United States. The rest of the world has been able to introduce this exact legislation quite successfully, like India. So Amazon, when India introduces very similar legislation, which says, if you are a foreign-owned marketplace operating in India, like Amazon or Walmart owning Flipkart, you can't do both third-party selling and first-party selling. And Amazon, when India passes that law and you willingly and actively subvert it and just blatantly disregard the law and actually just commit criminal acts in the country of India, why should we believe anything you're saying? You're a dictator. You don't care about the laws. So you go read their thing. Oh, Prime benefits, blah, 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 blah. Oh, this is actually interesting. I didn't even think about this. They say that Prime sellers would be forced to be able to use other fulfillment partners, not fulfilled by Amazon. I actually still thought that the sellers could use third-party fulfillment. And then in this, they're saying that they actually have stopped doing that and forcing everyone to use fulfilled by Amazon. And then when it's the holiday season, Amazon just raises all their rates by 20% and you can't do anything about it. And now they've actually restricted your ability to use third parties. I didn't know that. And they blame it on that the third parties don't have good quality of service. Really? You're telling me other third-party fulfillment partners haven't been able to figure out how to do 2-day fulfillment in the year of 2022? That no, you have to restrict this to using fulfilled by Amazon? Come on. They admit 60% of our GMV is from third-party sellers, but we still decide to screw them every single way possible. Why are you the number 3 advertising company in the United States? Where do you think that money is coming from? Third-party sellers. And then if there's going to be legislation, it should be equitable. Oh, that's rich. And then they point out Walmart and CVS and they say, oh, look, Klobuchar, who's sponsoring this, she isn't going after Target. And then they have the gall to say that Target has an online marketplace for sellers. Target has like 500 third-party sellers. They have a curated marketplace. They probably do like 50 basis points of volume of their overall volume on this curated, closed-ended marketplace. Actually a horrible strategic decision for Target, but that's besides the point. The reason why you're being targeted is because you're tech monopolies. It's because you play by different rules. It's because your business model fundamentally promotes a way of doing business which you have long forgotten. And here's the other really sad thing in all of this, right? And this is where I also give NAW credit. There's so much lobbying money going against this. We did another episode on this. You've got groups like the Wikimedia Foundation, right? From Wikipedia. You've got like the Freedom Frontier Organization, the Consumer Technology Association, CTA, they do that big tech conference in Vegas. You've got really well-known nonprofit entities that are saying these bills are bad for America. And they've been corrupted. Those nonprofits are getting paid by Amazon and other big tech. And it might be shielded. It might be going through different, rat holes and such, but they're all getting paid off. And they're really taking a disservice to American society, to the American economy, to the way that we operate as a country. So it's really sad to see. Obviously, the tech monopolies play dirty. Just look at India, look at Australia. We've covered this stuff for years on the show. But then it's really sad to see the nonprofits really sink to that level. So good on NAW for staying strong, and go contact your senators. If you like this video, go check out our videos on what Amazon did in India. The saga continues. We've got multiple videos on it. It's truly earth-shattering. The level of criminality that Amazon went to, all the way up to the executive level, all up to the C-suites. They knew and greenlit everything that they did to willingly break the law in India.